Welcome to the United Racing Network. I'm here in the booth tonight with Rob McDonald here at Michigan tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Rob, how are you tonight?
I'm not doing too bad. We actually were able to get one of those nice cushy flights where we didn't have to strap in with like 30 million seatbelts just to keep our bodies intact.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here in a nice cushy little polo shirt and not a flight suit. So my shirt didn't get inside, getting turned backwards, either. So
That's true.
That makes it nice. So Michigan, we're here back again. We visited last season. We're here this season again, and we're seeing some impressive times put out tonight. With the fastest one out there right now is put down by Tyler Robertson with a 39.23. So, I mean, that's very impressive considering that this track is a very technical track.
It is. I mean, it's an oval, but it's still technical. I mean, these guys have to know their braking points and, when to let off to keep that car on the track, because if they push it too hard in those corners, they're going to spin.
Yep, every time. And I was actually down trying to figure out some of the facts for the car tonight, and I did 3 fuel stints with Nelly and Wayne Lowe and a few other drivers tonight. And I'll tell you what, it's all about strategy from the beginning. These guys are getting 3 sets of tires, and we have 90 laps.
Yeah, this is true. So, like you said, we have 3 extra sets of tires, so 4 total. They're running on, I believe that's 80%. It might be 60. No, it's 80% fuel loads with 2 quick repairs, and then we got 2 green-white checkers if it so comes to be.
Yeah, and I was finding out that about lap 22 to 25, your tires are toast. One time when me and Nelly was on track, I pulled into the pits to get the tires checked, and at lap 22, my right front on the very inside of that tire was over 300 degrees, and it was showing the bands of the tire. So, wow. These guys have got to figure their stuff out tonight as we move to that 90 lap mark, and it's really going to be who has the best strategy tonight.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see, how this plays out on the track. Now, we do have a lot of, names that we see each and every week that they're known for saving.
Yep.
I mean, you got Eddie Baker out there. You got Brendan McLaughlin, Mike Killenbeck, Kevin Coleman, DJ Kinner. Now, these guys are also very aggressive when it comes to oval track racing. They're the ones that are pushing their way through the field to try and get to those top spots. But they do it in a way that they're able to, save their cars. They're able to save the tires. They're able to save the fuel to extend their runs. So it'll be interesting to see for sure how they can manage here tonight in Michigan.
Yep. So something I want to mention tonight, along with everything, is like the turns. Turns 1, you enter it differently than you do turns 2. Turns 3 and 4. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's the angle that you're at on track. Turn 1, we're going to follow on with Nelly here. With turn 1, he is actually going to enter it on the high side and follow the rubber around. But when he gets to the backstretch here, we'll see it here momentarily. But you're entering it at a different angle as you are on the front stretch. So these cars are going to be very. The turn entry on 3 versus 1 is going to be different, as you can see here. He's having to slow down a lot more, and he's a lot more looser here.
Yeah, especially along those grooves there in the pavement. If the tire hits those properly, regardless of how much control you have of that vehicle, 95% of the time she's going to slide.
Every time. 95% of the time, 100% of the time.
Exactly.
And another thing to look out for tonight is how much these composite bodies can take damage, because I can tell you after lap 25 on those wore out tires, I was tapping that inside or the outside wall off of turn 2 and turn 4 every time I come through it. So it's to be interesting to see what happens there. But as we get ready to go to our qualifying sessions, we're going to just take a second as these guys go out on their out lap, and we're going to take a second to hear a word from our sponsors. All right, Rob, these guys are out on their out lap now, and they should be crossing the start-finish line to start their first qualifying lap of the evening here. And I just want to take a second to mention that they're doing lone qualifying sessions, and I mean, this we sound like a broken record at this point, but we are going to be jumping around with everybody on track, and it may look like they're on track together, but you may think we're having technical difficulties. We're not. They're alone in their session to get qualifying through very quickly. Unlike the real world where NASCAR takes a full Saturday to do their qualifying, they don't do that this way. So
Yeah, we only have 10 minutes. We don't have a full day.
10. We got 5. What are you talking
Or
about?
5, sorry, yes. Sorry.
Now, I want to take a second to talk about Wayne Lowe. He is our newcomer spotlight of the evening, and I had a chance to run with him. He actually hosted a practice session for everybody prior to our practice, like prior to this event, and he was holding the fastest lap time in that session by a lot, and I'm talking a lot. It was 39.21, where everybody that was on track, including myself, who was third, was only a 39.5. So he was a full 0.2 faster than everybody on track. And I'm looking forward to seeing that again, as Nelly actually posts the fastest time currently with a 39.4.
Yeah, and you could actually see before the camera swapped to Nelly there, Wayne Lowe looks like he got a little loose coming out of 2. But I think he may have been able to save it, but it did look like he did a little bit of a wobble coming out of 2.
Yeah, it did definitely affect his time here as he posts a 39.72. Kevin Coleman is just posted the next fastest at 39.23. Sorry, 39.33.
Yep.
And that was his second lap of the evening. So that was his second qualifying lap officially. So we'll see if anybody else can take on that position of the top 3. Currently, the top 3 sets Kevin Coleman, Nelly, and Matt Stewart. But back to Wayne Lowe, I was just talking about how he's a newcomer to the league. I'm not going to call him a rookie because he sits with an A license and an I rating of 2,500. But he actually took the time out of his day, hosted a pre-race session of practice, and was putting down some fast lap times. So he's going to be a guy to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, and he's actually posted the second fastest lap time currently with a 39.35. So he's only 2/100ths of a second back from Kevin Coleman.
Really? Wow. So, we're to the part of the qualifying segment where we talk about our picks. Rob, I'm going to go ahead and just start off with I think I've got 2 picks tonight. Now, you can get mad at me if you want, but this is going to be between Wayne Lowe and Tyler Robertson tonight. I think those two are going to battle it out. I can't pick between the two because they were very fast in qualifying session. So we'll just see how they are when the race actually starts.
All right. Well, I actually had 2 tonight as well. One of my guys was going to be Tyler Robertson and will remain Tyler Robertson because we saw it last week. He did amazing. And, even with that little mishap of, the lap traffic in front of him on the last lap, he was able to, come around him unscathed and pull out the win.
Yep.
My second one is actually going to be Eddie Baker. I know, they're veterans to the league, but I just love the way he races. And, he's always fast and he's always a contender whenever we come to an oval track.
Yep. That's some good picks. I respect that a lot. But somebody I think that we're going to have to watch out for tonight is going to be Matt Stewart. Matt Stewart's somebody we're going to have to watch out for tonight for sure. As these guys get lined up, we're going to go through the grid here momentarily as they're sitting there on their beautiful cars at the grid. Wow. Good looking car there by Kevin Coleman. So let's take us through the grid, Rob.
All right, so starting pole, we got Kevin Coleman. In second, we have Wayne Lowe. In third, we got Neil Strader. Fourth, we got Matt Stewart. Fifth, Eddie Baker. Sixth, Tyler Robertson. Seventh, Frank Hughes. Eighth, Brian Mansfield. In ninth, we got John Shear. 10th, we got Gabe Abdel Hamid. 11th, we have Dominic Hughes. And 12th, we have Brendan McLaughlin.
Great. In that 13th position, we have Mr. Don Warren. 14th, Jeremy Gaiman. 15th, Michael Killenbeck. Maybe Michael, maybe Mike. I'm not real sure. 16th is Christopher Rollins. Norman Chan starting in that 17th position. DJ Kenner starting 18th. Ty Dahlman has entered the field tonight, starting 19th. Jimmy Emos is starting 20th. Scott Hobbs, he's a man from Texas. Our producer in the back end, he's from Texas, so maybe they know each other. We don't know. Texas is a pretty big place. Scott Hobbs is going to be set in 22nd. Craig McDonald is starting in Scott Hobbs starting 21st. Craig McDonald starting 22nd. Christopher Morrison starting 23rd.
All righty.
There's a lot of cars tonight.
Yeah, we got 23 drivers slated for tonight. So it should be a pretty good run out here.
Should be. These guys get ready to go green here.
Now, currently it looks like we may have had 3 drivers miss grid at this time. Those drivers would be Brendan McLaughlin, Craig MacDonald, and Christopher Morrison.
You hate to see it. 950 is held up on the wall. Jimmy Amos is held up back there.
It's sad to see as I'm, looking here at the our timing screen here, and Christopher Morrison is the only Canadian boy out here tonight.
Is that right? Yeah, he is. Everybody else from the USA. USA! USA!
I was just looking down. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of red, white, and blue.
All right. Before we go through turns 3 and 4, I'm going to take a second to discuss the Geico restart zone. This start right here is going to be on the flagman. We seen Tuesday night. Nelly kind of didn't know that. Kind of messed some stuff up. Took a black flag because of it. Every restart after that is going to be on the leader in the Geico restart zone. If they get past the Geico restart zone and the leader's not went, the flagman will wave, and then they can go by. I'm excited to see what happens here. I'm going to take a screen if you're okay with that, Rob, because I'm excited for Michigan tonight.
Go ahead.
I like it. All right, as we round out Michigan, turn number 4, pace car is going to dip off, go down that long pit road area. Kevin Coleman is going to be the control car as he waits for the green flag to drop. And we are green here at Michigan.
Green flag's in the air, and he gets quite the jump there on Neil Strader. But it looks like Neil just tucks in behind him, and he's in for the long haul. We're doing 90 laps here tonight at Michigan.
It'll be a long one, guys, so if you have some popcorn, want to get your Dr. Pepper, I'd hold out to about lap 5, but it's going to be good to go watch tonight.
These are some beautiful cars here.
Yeah, I'm really loving that ghost car that Nelly's running. I'm really loving that one.
Yeah, so now these guys here, they are, trying to push their cars, but not too much because, they're on fresh tires.
Yep.
They want to wait lap 3, lap 4 before these tires actually get to their proper temperatures so that they're able to lay the rubber down. As you see, Nelly kind of poked his nose on the inside of Coleman there, but he's not able to maintain it. No,
and the track temperature today is 108 degrees out there right now, and it's hot. It's hot out there on the track right
now. 108 on the track and probably 250 in those cars.
Yeah, but we got 3 wide action there. Number 4, Wayne Lowe's dipping to the back there. Number 23 of Ty, no, that's not Tyler Upson. Number 23, Frank Hughes almost got collected with Wayne Lowe there. We've seen this strategy by Wayne before. Something happened and he actually entered pit road. We don't know what happened there.
He may have contacted the wall or something and may have thrown his toe out of line a little bit.
Yep, but we have 2 wide action coming into turn number 3 between the number 5 car, Tyler Robertson, Matt Stewart, and Eddie Baker all in tow right there, fighting for position. And they're going to fight for position early tonight because, like I said, strategy is going to be key. So if they can get their positions early, they may have a chance to win at the end of the night.
Yeah, as you see Eddie Baker down below Neil Strader here as we come into turn 1. Not going to have enough.
Nope, and you know, following Kevin Coleman's line there is going to be the best thing that Nelly can do, because Coleman, I mean, he likes to run up front, and he also runs the best lines for the you know, further on into the race, in my opinion.
I'm not sure what happened to Eddie Baker there because he's not there.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's back there fighting with John Shearer and Matt Stewart.
Whoever put that score tower there, they need to take it down.
Yeah, they do. Jesus.
But as you see Frank Hughes on the inside of Neil Strader there. Might have him coming out of the corner, and he's going to get a run on Kevin Coleman a little bit. He's not going to have enough.
Yep, 2 wide action right now, and Nelly's just kind of stuck. But we do have lap traffic coming up tonight. It looks like it's going to be, let me see who that lap traffic is. Stand by, guys. That lap traffic is going to be Jimmy Emos up there crossing the start-finish line. Is that going to be a problem tonight? Lap traffic, we don't know. I didn't really experience any lap traffic in my practice session, and last season we didn't have enough guys to experience lap traffic. So we'll see how that's going to interfere tonight.
So it seems that bottom line, it's fast on the backstretch and then turns 3 and 4, but once they get past that start finish line, they seem to drop off heavily, you know, coming around 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I think the reason that is their own tire saving strategies right now. The higher you run, the better it is on your tires. It is slower, but it is better on your tires. And if everybody's running that high line, yeah, you can make the move down low, but you're going to eat your tires up in the beginning and not have anything for the end of your stint. As they approach that lap traffic, they'll be on them here soon. Lap traffic's in 2, and they're entering 1, entering 2. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens.
And so it looks like Tyler Robinson slid up in front of Neil Strader there. As looks like Eddie Baker's trying to get a side draft off him.
Yeah, and side drafting is going to be key here tonight. Just some people that don't understand what side drafting is. Side drafting is when you get really close up to the car and you dump a lot of air on their right wing or their back rear wing, and it starts pulling them back. And you can usually get a run off of that.
Yep.
It's really, really prominent at Talladega and Daytona.
As Eddie Baker slides up under Frank Hughes there.
Yep, and Jimmy Amos is a guy that we're going to have to watch out tonight for because he is in the way of the leaders right now.
Yeah. Tyler up. Oh, that's close.
Yeah, it was.
I think like he's got some engine damage.
Yeah, it definitely does. Most of the front pack got around, but they're still trying to navigate him as much as they can. And it looks like we've kind of dumped into 2 different groups here. We have the main pack up front, but then everybody else that seems to hold back a little bit, like DJ Kenner, Norman Chan, Ty Dahlman. They're all in the back right now, just kind of holding out, seeing what they can see up front. As we have a wreck happening right now. Number 9, I'm not sure, that was Jeremy Gaiman involved, and he's got heavy damage, and he's stuck.
That's unfortunate for him. He's going to have to get the iRacing tow service to come. So the fastest one to get off the track, it looks like number 16, Dominic Hughes pushed him up there.
That was Don Warren.
Don Warren, sorry.
Yep. So we'll go back and take a look at it right here.
Oh, Mike Killenbeck looks like he got involved in that as well.
Yeah, Mike Kell. He looks like one grabbed Mike Killenbeck there. Sorry, that wasn't Mike Killenbeck. Who did he grab? It's hard to tell by that. We'll see if we can't get a better idea on here. Looks like he grabbed John Shearer there. Maybe it was a contact between both of them there. Looks like John was setting his turn up and just grabbed Don Warren, and same thing with Don Warren. Don Warren was setting his turn up and just grabbed John there, and it collected a bunch of the guys in the back. Collected number 9 right there, gave him a hard hit on that left rear, knocked his front line out of place, and then Mike Killenbeck had nowhere to go, and he just gets collected in that wall as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
Yep, and this is going to be the first pit stop of the evening. With his tires, what strategy are we looking at early here?
With 11 laps in, I don't know. I don't think they're coming to get tires.
I know the guys up front aren't.
No, so it looks like everybody in the back of the pack, like that back pack, they may come in, get fuel. I doubt I don't think they get tires.
Yeah, I don't think they do either. As we see the race off pit road between Killenbeck and Dahlman. Dahlman's going to get that position over Killenbeck there. Oh, he may catch a penalty though. Dahlman may, because he did go above that yellow line. As the official's going to call him on it, we'll see if he has to go back to the end of the line there. Well, that was an exciting first green flag run, 11 laps worth, and there was action all over through the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we're coming from last night at Indy when it was hard to get one lap around. So it's great to see these long green flag runs. I mean, I know it's only 11 laps, but it's still long.
Yeah.
It's a ninth of the race, so...
I love your optimism. Well, let's go through where the people are sitting right now in the pack here. Mr. Kevin Coleman is going to be your leader right now. In that second place position is Mr. Tyler Robertson. In third is Frank Hughes. In fourth, it's going to be Neil Strader. Fifth, Dominic Hughes. Eddie Baker in that number 29 car. He's starting in that sixth position. Eighth position. Looks like Brian Mansfield is starting 7th. Matt Stewart's in 8th. Gabe Abdel-Hamid is in 9th. I got that name right, by the way. John Shearer is in 10th. 11th is Christopher Rollins. DJ Kenner starting 12th. 13th is Scott Hobbs. 14th is Mike Killenbeck. Norman Chan in that number 9 car. Black Rifle Coffee. That's pretty good coffee.
It is.
Starting in that 15th position. 16th is going to be Brandon McLaughlin. He is on track right now. That beautiful number 81 Hawaiian Rolls car. Have you ever had some of them?
I have.
I want some right now.
They are delicious.
They are. And the 17th position is Mr. Don Warren. Don Warren's in 16th. Brandon McLaughlin's in 17th. Everything keeps changing. Jimmy Emos is in 18th. Ty Dahlman is in 19th. Wayne Lowe is in 20th. And Jeremy Gaiman is a lap down, actually 2 laps down in 21st position. Rob, take a screen.
Alrighty, so as we come out of turn 4, the pace car will dip down, and Kevin Coleman will bring him to the line. That will bring him to the Geico restart zone. When's he going to jump? Is he going to jump in the middle at the start? Right about at the end. He gets that jump off of Tyler Robertson there as Frank Hughes comes in, tries to side draft off of Robertson to get past him. Strader move into frame and Eddie Baker up high. So Tyler Robertson's able to hold off Frank Hughes for that second position as they come out of turn number 2.
Yep, and it looks like Neil Strader's going to step outside there, try to pick something up off of looks like it's going to be Frank Hughes. And it takes a minute to get these cars up to the speed of drafting. But these cars are fast. This is the slowest, fastest track you could see.
Yeah.
These cars are going fast, but the way the track is technical and the braking zones that you have to have, it is kind of slow. So, you know, it's because of the banking in the corners, really.
Yeah. You see Neil, dive to the inside a little bit, but drifts up. As Dominic Hughes catches a wall there coming out of 2.
It didn't slow him down, though. He's going to be side by side with Neil Strader.
As we've looked, though, that bottom line coming through the turns seems slower. Well, as you said earlier, you're able to maintain your speed through the top of the track. So
if you enter that bottom line right, you are faster than the guy above you. But the problem is you're going to have to let off a lot more than the guy above you is. So they're going to be able to maintain their momentum, but if the guy up top makes a mistake, you can easily take that position, as it looks like Eddie Baker's trying to pass Frank Hughes right now. Which he does because he gets a little help from Neil Strader behind. They're 2 wide, almost 3 wide action in the back there, going through turns 3 and 4.
As you see Don Warren there come from the back of the field almost, and currently sitting in that 6th position. He drops below that white line. Now, the white line is not out of bounds here at Michigan, so they're able to do that.
Yep. That yellow line, though, however, is. You can't make a pass there. As the number 23 car of Frank Hughes checks up and makes Neil Strader check up, Dominique check up, Brian Mansfield check up, as Neil Strader pulls out behind on the number 16 car there of Don Warren. He did. He's back up there with number 23.
He did. I don't think he saw how
Frank
close
Hughes
he was
grabs
to
the wall, and it's going to make him fall.
Yeah, well, that slows your car down by about 15, 20 mile an hour. And, when you're dealing with cars that are traveling, 190 mile an hour, that's huge.
Yeah, and he dropped back to, because of that, he dropped back to, I'm
13th.
looking, 13th. Yep, 13th. Wow.
Now, Don Warren did great because I believe he started on that restart in the 17th position, or 16th or 17th position, and now he's hold 3rd position as he tries to make a pass on Tyler Robertson, and it looks like he does.
Barely, though.
He's actually moving on Kevin Coleman here.
Yeah, Robin, I just want to crank it up. Can we crank it up while we go through?
Absolutely.
Let's crank it up. These cars are so nice. I love the sound of these cars. And it looks like Coleman was able to hold off.
No, he wasn't. Don Warren is able to
He
get that
did.
first position.
He did. I'm looking for it right here. Here's the pass. Here's the pass right here.
He's got to have NOS on that thing. I mean,
Well,
look at that thing just take off.
He does, but the problem is, look at the line he's running. His tires are screaming at him right now. He's got to, he's in a good position. If he stays up high, maybe he can save some tires, but he's in a bad position right now as he's taken off from these guys right now.
He's got almost a 1.5 second lead on Kevin Coleman.
Clicked on the wrong name there. It looks like Frank Hughes is out of the race right now.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, went back to check on him, and yeah, he's not turning any laps. He's done. And there's a position battle for second right now. We got 4 cars in contention. Neil Strader is starting to fall back a little bit. He's in that 5th position. And we do have Wayne Lowe, the number 4 car, is not in contention right now. He is currently 1 lap down, trying to get as much time back as he can. And
And
Neil,
as you can see, Eddie Baker kind of forced Wayne Lowe down low. Oh, almost catches Neil Strader when he slides up the track a little bit. It looks like he may have gotten in the wall.
I don't think he did. I think he saved it there just barely, though, as we could see. And we're on lap number 21 out of 90 tonight. Only one caution so far, and that collected some of the field in the back, but all these guys up front are still battling for that front position. But Don Warren has got a commanding lead of almost 3 seconds right now over Kevin Coleman.
That's insane.
Are we going to see another Philip Forster?
Maybe. The only thing I can think of is if he grabbed fresh tires when he went into the pits after getting collected in that wreck.
Yeah, I mean, he has a strategy. Everybody has a good strategy that they're running with tonight. You know, they pay race engineers very well, crew chiefs very well to come up with the strategies for these cars. So, you know, maybe, and they don't even let us know what they're doing. So, you know, we'll see what happens as Mansfield and Neil Strader come together there at the end. Brian Mansfield may be looking at taking a position over from Nelly.
Well, first he's got to get by Wayne Lowe there on the bottom side of the track.
And he is at racing speed, so he does not get the blue flag. He does not get the blue flag. Now, the blue flag in normal road racing contentions is when the car is faster than you, approaching you, or you're a lap down car and the leaders are approaching you. They'll tell you to move out of the racing line when you can. They don't do that here if the car is up to speed.
Oh, Don Warren has entered the pits.
He jumped to the pits.
Not sure what happened there.
Yep, and Kevin Coleman takes back that first place position, and now we have a battle for the start, or for that first place position. As Brian Mansfield steps outside, Kevin Coleman's going to go down low to break the draft of that car of Tyler Robertson, but it's not going to be enough because Brian Mansfield is on a move right now as he's side by side with Neil Strader.
It actually looks sorry.
No, you're good. I've looked like Brian Mansfield fixing to get into the side of Nelly there in that number 12 car, and I've just heard that they may have had some beef with one another, so that we're going to pay attention to that tonight.
And it actually looks like Don Warren is actually out of the race.
I wonder if the officials found the NOS bottle in his in the rear of the car.
Maybe. I'm not sure what happened there. But we will have to wait and see.
Yep, and as we have less than 20 people in the race now, we'll go back and put the... Oh, Neil Strader grabs the wall! Brian Mansfield's going to take that position. Wayne Lowe is going to take the track position from him. He's not in contention for actual position here, but as far as position on track, Wayne Lowe got in front of Nelly there. And these tires are at 26 laps old now. Nelly did not come in. None of the leaders came into pit except for DJ Kenner, who's up to 6th right now. So these guys are all on 26 lap tires. Well,
Yeah,
Ty Dahlman too. Ty Dahlman pitted 15 laps ago.
Yeah, don't worry about Ty because, I mean, he runs, the hell out of his tires. And I believe it was at Michigan last time where he did 60 laps on a set of tires.
Yeah. You know what? After 22 laps, if the right front is at, 60%, I'd hate to see what 60 lap tires look like.
4?
Yeah, maybe.
They'd just be belts at that point. There'd be no rubber left on them.
And you can see the amount of disorganization up top there. Kevin Coleman trying his best to break any type of draft so these guys behind him will stay slow, but Kevin Coleman's doing a good job of that, but how much can he do that for? The gap or the interval that is coming up between him and Jimmy Emos again is about 19 seconds. So we're going to watch Jimmy tonight as he plays another important part tonight of the race by collecting the front line and kind of boggling things up.
Yeah, so it almost looked like Neil nearly got into Wayne Lowe there coming out of 2. But he's able to maintain, so he drops in behind Mansfield to try and get sucked up there.
Yep, we have another position battle in the back here between Ty Dahlman and Matt Stewart. Matt Stewart is in that number, looks like he's in the number 7 car, and Ty Dahlman's in that number 34 car, and these two are battling for position for that 8th position. But it looks like Christopher Rollins is also going to be in that battle. Who's going to take the position of 7th position? We don't know. We'll see. Looks like Dahlman's going to step outside, take it too wide through 3 and 4. And Matt Stewart, sorry, Christopher Rollins is not going to have anything on Ty Dahlman. Ty Dahlman, it's going to, we'll see what happens to the tri-oval here, but looks like Ty Dahlman's going to have that. No, he doesn't. It's a weird perspective up here looking at that tri-oval.
It really is, but I mean, he had the help, of the number 1 of Christopher Rollins, and Matt Stewart was kind of pushing him. So with Ty Dahlman down low with no help, I mean, really, he's kind of just sitting duck. So he really had no run there.
Yeah, no, but I mean, the thing is that we're watching tonight. Oh, hang on, we got somebody moving in the back there. Dominic Hughes is on that inside, making moves on Ty Dahlman now. They're too wide. They're too wide right now, but they're outside, and the gap is pretty big, so they're not really going to be messing with one another. But they're too wide, and that's a position battle. And you can see what I mean right there. The inside line has to slow down, or they're going to start pushing while the outside line has momentum.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just that paint scheme or if there's damage on that car. Of Dominic Hughes. I think it might just be the paint. Yeah. For some reason, it looked like he had a little bit of fender push in on the right side.
Yep, and we have a position change. Tyler Robertson is in the lead right now. Actually, we've had 2 position changes. No, Wayne Lowe is sitting in that second track position spot. So it's Tyler Robertson, Kevin Coleman, Mansfield, Neil Schrader, and Eddie Baker right now.
Yeah, Wayne Lowe's just trying to get his lap back.
Yeah, do you blame him though?
No, I don't.
I mean, this track is notorious for going long green flag runs, and very few cautions because how wide it is and how big it is. So.
Now, when you were doing your runs, how long was fuel lasting?
Oh, stand by. Looks like Eddie Baker and Neil Schrader. Neil Schrader showed Eddie Baker the left corner of Kevin Coleman. They're about collected to. I was seeing about 35 laps. So, I mean, the pit window is open right now. We've had a caution, so that could have been extended to about lap 40, depending on how much they saved. But green flag pit stops is coming up soon.
Now, Kevin Coleman has dropped back in behind Eddie Baker. Now, we've seen these guys many times on the track. Actually, I believe Kevin Coleman might be coming in the pit. Nope. Looked like he was setting himself up to come into pit road. But as I was saying, you've seen Eddie Baker and Kevin Coleman work together constantly throughout the different series. So it'll be interesting to see how they link up and how they push through the field after, Kevin has fallen back 4 positions.
Yeah, and Wayne Lowe has passed Tyler Robertson for that position. Now he is on the lead lap, but he's on it barely, as Tyler Robertson's going to look inside to take that lap back from him. And we have the pit lane indicator up, so we'll see who goes down pit lane, and we will update you accordingly. You'll see it pop up on the bottom of your screen there with the initial, with the last name initials. So we will update you on that as soon as we can when people start going in, but we are within the pit window right now. And we have a. It looks like Eddie Baker's going to slide up on Neil Strader back here, and Neil Strader's going to get that from Eddie Baker, barely though, because Eddie Baker does have the momentum right now. I'll take that back. Neil Strader does have the momentum up high over Eddie Baker to take the position back. Now Neil Strader's in third. Ty Dahlman did pit a while ago, so he is still in the lead lap in ninth position. He only pitted. He only stayed in the pits for 5 seconds. So
he just grabbed fuel.
He just grabbed fuel. He took back off.
Either he grabbed fuel or he just grabbed a quick repair because he had some damage. But
look at the move that Nelly's making on Brian Mansfield. He had a run there off of the backstretch and was looking at making a position a charge for the second position. But it looks like Tyler Robertson's going to come into the pits, and that's going to cause everybody. It looks like Neil Strader's coming into the pits now, and they got to get slowed down to 55 miles an hour coming off. It looks like we're going to have a, just bear with me here, we've got a lot of people entering pit road right now. Looks like Tyler Robertson's on pit road, Neil Strader's on pit road, one of the Hughes brothers is on pit road, and Shearer's on pit road at this time. Gaiman's on pit road as well. He's in right now.
yeah, so I'm sure you can see the next 2 laps. This lead pack of the field will probably come in to get their fuel and tires. As you see, everybody getting their tires. Like somebody was into the wall there.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, it looks like he did grab the wall.
It looks like Gabe has got some front end damage there.
If I can look at it here. Looks like he's had some front end damage, it looks like. Oh, nope, he just. Oh, hard hit on that Scooby-Doo number 83 Ford Mustang. So we're in a treacherous time period right now in the race. Strategy plays a big important part. We're only about 6 laps away from halfway, and these guys are praying for a caution right now to bring everybody back together, because usually green flag pit stops causes everybody to spread out. So, if you were in a good position to be up front, I mean, that's where you're at. As you see the number 32 car of DJ Kenner is still out there. Now, DJ, he pitted, I think, earlier in the race because he was involved in that accident at the beginning of the race. So,
and it's hard to say as Neil Strader gets back on the lead lap there after passing DJ Kinner.
Yep, and Eddie Baker is still not pitted yet. But he's known for his saving in races.
Yeah.
I mean, he saved in a 75-lap race and didn't pit once. And ended up winning that race and was fast, consistently fast throughout the race. I don't think he's going to be able to do that here, but Eddie, I mean, if you're listening, buddy, you may prove me wrong.
No, I wouldn't say 90 laps.
I don't know, man. I've seen him do crazier things.
Actually, he's entering pit lane now.
It looks like Neil Strader's up to 7th now, so he does have a good position to he's in a good position to get his top spot back that he was in. He was in his podium spot, so looks like the new leader right now is still DJ Kenner back there in the back. Kevin Coleman's gonna make the pass on him. We're following Wayne Lowe right now. Kevin Coleman is just as fast as Neil is, if not faster. So we're going to see some moves being made here as Kevin Coleman gets inches away from Wayne Lowe's bumper. It says, "Hey, I'm here and I'm passing you right now." I'd like to see a Toyota win it. I'm starting to grow on the Toyotas a little bit.
Nope. Can't change my mind.
Who is your manufacturer tonight? Hold on. I got it. Chevy. Norman Chan has come up to 4th place now. And it's good that these guys are taking the time to lead some laps because it's only going to help their points contention.
Yep.
Speaking of points, let's go over the points right now while these guys are going under green flag pit stops. So as it sits right now, Donald Warren in that number 16 car is holding the points lead by 3 points. DJ Kenner is holding the second place position with 90 points, and Mike Killenbeck is in that third position with 88 points. And there's the rest of the points on screen for you there. We'll leave it up for just a second. And what I was talking about, Rob, explain the bonus points tonight that we're going to be looking for, what these guys that are leading up front are getting tonight as far as bonus points go.
All right, so with the Next Gen Series, the bonus points we have available are you get 1 point for qualifying pole, which will go to Kevin Coleman. You'll get 1 point for leading a lap. So it doesn't matter if it's under caution, under green. If you lead a lap, you get a bonus point. And then you'll get a bonus point for leading the most laps in a race.
And Brandon McLaughlin's in the wall coming out of turn 2 and almost grabs Norman Chan there.
It looked like that was Ty Dahlman.
Yeah, it was Ty Dahlman.
Yeah.
They have the similar colors there, so. And Gabe Abdelhamid just passed him.
Ty Dahlman got up into the wall there.
Ty, this is not dirt, man. Get your tires changed. Michigan's going to chew him up and spit him out tonight.
Yeah, 45 laps on tires more than likely, and they're just running down right now.
Yep, and we are halfway. Neil Strader's made his way up to 6 now. He's battling with Tyler Robertson for that position. And this is a position battle right here.
Looks like Tyler Robertson will have the advantage on him.
Yeah, but I was teaching Nelly some things about diving into the corners in our practice session, so maybe he'll take something that I've taught him and take over Tyler Robertson for that 6th position.
And it looks like DJ Kenner and Brennan McLaughlin have come into the pits. So right now, our leader will be Norman Chan, followed by Ty Dahlman.
Nice.
And I don't believe Norman Chan has pitted. Or did he?
He pitted 35 laps ago.
Okay.
So he pitted on lap 10 during that accident. We go back and watch that battle we saw between Neil and Tyler Robertson here.
So this is going to be for the 4th position.
As of right now, yes. And I'm happy to see Nelly having a good time. You know, he got penalized in the Indy race last night, and we were really hoping that he would get out front and do some things. And you know, 5th in a car that he's not familiar with is big.
Yeah, especially the wheel he's running, because I mean, for all you that don't know, he's actually running on like an F1 style wheel, running these, you know, oval cars around this track. So, you know, that may play a factor into him. I know we were talking to him earlier, and you know, he's like, well, I don't know if this wheel is just going to cause me to chew up my tires more because I feel like I have to turn it. So we'll see. So as Ty Dahlman comes into pit road, so that puts Neil Strader in the 3rd position, following Tyler Robertson.
Yeah, and he's going to be in a good position when Chan has to pit here soon to be in the 2nd place position.
Yep.
And Chan is slowing down going into the pits right now, so they're going to make that move to 2nd and 3rd place now. And the gap is going to change. Let's look at best lap time. So who has the fastest lap out right there, right now?
I'm looking through here. 39.48, 39.43, 39.29.
I think
It's
it's
held
gonna be 30.
by Eddie Baker.
Yep, I'm seeing the same thing. Eddie Baker holds the fastest time, so he is also going to get a bonus point tonight.
So far.
Yes, so far.
That could change.
We're going to look through the field here, and since green flag pit stops are basically over, let's go through the field and see where everybody is. Rob, you mind taking us through the field?
All right, so in the first position, we got Tyler Robertson, followed by Mason Neal in that second position.
No. It was Neil Strader.
That's what I said.
You said Mason Neal.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry. My bad. So Neil Strader in the second position. We got Kevin Coleman in third. Brian Mansfield fourth. Matt Stewart in that fifth position.
Caution flag is out. Stand by.
Ooh, that's gonna shake things up.
Yes, it is.
Gonna bring everybody back together.
Yep, I seen that rocket-powered Elon Musk as he
murders the entire field.
Scott Hobbs went off track. Let's go take a look and see what Scott did. That pace car, I tell you what. Oh no, it was already out. What caused that accident, I'm not sure. If I can take a look at Scott Hobbs again. Oh, it was Scott Hobbs. I just wasn't at the right car. Holy crap, they're all hard here. We're going to get the right when it come out. Oh, it looks like Gabe Hamid got into the 430 car and spun him. Did you see that? I
did see that.
That looked intentional. That definitely looked intentional. That's going to ruffle some feathers in the iRacing officials room tonight.
Yeah, it's
that there was no reason for him to turn like that. So something happened in the race, or something may have happened in the last race, or something. But he sent Scott Hobbs into the wall, destroying his tire, destroying the car. I mean, let's look at that tire just hanging on by the tether.
Wow.
Wow. And
well, that'll shake some things up. And I'm looking here. Looks like DJ Kinner is in that first position now. Am I reading that proper?
You are. I don't. Did we see some people going on pit road? Let me look here and see the pit road list. Yeah, I am reading that right. DJ Kinner is holding that first place position over John Shearer's in second place. I think the timing is messed up, but I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it looks like everybody pitted there. Yeah, Tyler Robertson, Neil Strader, Kevin Coleman, Brian Mansfield, Matt Stewart, Christopher Rollins, Eddie Baker, Frank Hughes.
So everybody pitted during that.
Everybody pitted.
Okay, I was going back and watching the accident, so I didn't see that. So that was my bad.
Likely everybody come in, pit, grab fuel to last them to the end of the race, and
yeah,
it's gonna be it.
Looks like Scott Hobbs is gonna be back on track. He's setting a few laps down right now, setting currently, looks like he's four to 5 laps down almost. And yeah, that's going to shake things up for sure. We have the back half of the race to go. We've seen 2 very long green flag runs here tonight. First one being 11 laps, this one being almost 40 laps. So these last 20 to 30 laps is going to be interesting. Rob, I think you should take a screen because I don't think we're going to be going under yellow again.
Alrighty. Sounds good to me. As we're going to come into turn 3. And the pace car will dip down, and DJ Kinner will bring us to that Geico restart zone, followed by John Shear.
And Kevin Coleman.
And we are back green.
Oh, no, that was the DJ Kinner. I'm sorry. DJ Kinner got to jump about the 4th Geico sign in and just kind of confused John Shearer there. But the number 7 of Matt Stewart stepping outside, or inside, I mean, making it 2 wide.
3 wide almost.
Almost 3 wide, yes. And Matt Stewart in that number 7 car. We did have somebody in the comments rooting for Matt Stewart tonight. And to be honest with you, I think he's going to be up there. I said he was one of my picks tonight. So,
yep.
He is one of the guys that we're looking for.
Matt Stewart jumps up in front of John Shear there. Looks like he just got shuffled back. So now it's Tyler Robertson as your race leader currently, followed by DJ Kinner, Kevin Coleman, Matt Stewart, and Neil Schrader.
Yep. Eddie Baker, Brian Mansfield, Dominic Hughes, and Mike Killenbeck and Brandon McLaughlin is your top 10. And it looks like we had somebody sideways in the back. I may have just, my eyes may have been playing tricks on me. And we're going to keep an eye on Gabe Adele and me tonight because he was involved in that last incident and it was questionable. So we're going to keep an eye on him as much as we can. I think him and Scott may just had some bad blood tonight.
It could have been. I'm not sure, but yeah, he did not follow that race line there, and so we'll see as Matt Stewart steps around DJ Kinner, and Neil Strader's got Eddie Baker pushing him as they're coming up to DJ Kinner.
Yeah, they're on the inside line. That's a bad place to be. As far as tires go, we have another 35 laps to go, and like I was saying, these tires wear out as Neil Strader touches Matt Stewart. They keep it straight though. He's trying to get a side draft there, and the 3rd caution is out tonight. Brandon McLaughlin and Gabe Hamid is involved. We'll go back and take a look at it.
Quite sure what happened there.
Take it back right here.
It looks like Gabe gets by Wayne Lowe as they're coming out of turn 4.
Looks like he
Gabe
just pushed it.
Yeah, he just pushed the car too hard, and
he didn't really enter that turn right either. So, and they're gonna come to a stop on the nose of Brandon McLaughlin there. Not a lot of damage there at all. As I think he tries to get going in the right direction. There he goes.
He's trying. On the grass, these cars are it's like driving on ice. So.
Yep, and we have the front guy, at least DJ Kinner, who was leading, is now going into the pits. So did Frank Hughes, Christopher Rollins, Brandon McLaughlin, Norman Chan, John Shearer, and Jimmy Emos are all entering the pits tonight for the 3rd or 4th time. So, strategy, I just wonder what their strategies are as it sits right now.
Oh, it's hard to say. I mean, with only 30-some laps remaining, it's hard to say.
And Eddie, as he texts and drives, says, almost had a green flag right if it wasn't for these meddling kids.
I was about to say that.
And what's funny about that is Gabe is running a Scooby-Doo themed car. That's what's funny about it.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And I don't know how you got your phone in your car there, Eddie, but you might not want the marshals to see that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is, you can lose your race car license for that, just letting you know.
I mean, I understand in some states it may be legal or it may not be illegal, but it's not recommended.
Definitely not recommended. All right, the pace car brings us down to the stripe one more time. These pace car lights are going to go off. These guys are already lining up in their respective positions. Matt Stewart, I knew Matt Stewart was going to be up front tonight. I just didn't know how far up front he was going to be, but he's now my official pick for the evening.
And he says texting and driving is a skill. I mean, I'm sure it is, especially at 190 mile an hour. As he says, don't try this at home. He's a professional.
Professional, maybe texting and driving and killing people, but that's about it. Kids, if you're at home, do not text and drive. Let's go over the weather. Track temperature's down to 100 degrees, so we're at racing temperatures right now, optimal racing temperatures. So we'll see how that's going to affect these cars going forward as we enter our final 20 to 25 laps. You still got your pick, Rob?
Yep. I still got my pick.
Who was it again? I forgot.
It was Eddie Baker and... Hold on. Tyler Robertson.
Okay. Well, see, I'm secretly pulling for Nelly, too, but I the curse of, our stuff. I don't really want to mention it out loud, so maybe the gods didn't hear me.
Maybe.
Maybe not. All right. As we come down to the green flag, we're going to go back green here. The pace car is going to come off that track. He's not going to drift this time, thank God, because he scares me when he does that. These guys are going to come down to the Geico restart zone. Tyler Robertson's going to lead them, and we're going green for the 4th or 5th time tonight.
4th time. 5th time? 5th time.
I'm not sure. But now we just have about 30 laps to go. And we're going to see how everybody in the back can fare. Can we have people move back up to the field like we've seen before? Ty Dahlman doing it, Brian Mansfield doing it, Mike Killenbeck, Christopher Rollins. Can we see these guys, our veteran guys, move to the front? Or can we have a new guy like Neil Strader come in and win, like Matt Stewart come in and win the series tonight, or win the race, not the series? But, I'm excited to see where we're going to end up as Neil Strader takes...
Coleman comes in the pits.
Yep, Kevin Coleman did come into the pits. And Nelly is in 3rd. Matt Stewart's in 2nd right now. Tyler Robertson still has a pretty good lead, but they're right on his tail, less than a 10th of a second back.
Yeah, they're not that far back, and Eddie Baker looks like he's stepping to the inside of Dominic Hughes there, coming out of 4. They touch a little bit, but they're able to keep it straight.
Yeah.
It slows Eddie up just a little bit.
Coleman is still showing to be on pit lane right now in the pit stops.
It actually opens that door for Brian Mansfield to come around Eddie Baker here.
Yeah, as one of the Hughes brothers, Dominic Hughes, gets in front of Brian Mansfield. Brian Mansfield's going to he's going to step outside now, go too wide, enter in turns 3. And he's going to have that position as he slides up. Dominic Hughes is going to slide up with him so they can avoid contact. And Eddie Baker is right on his tail. Brian Mansfield, Eddie Baker is going to be touching nose to tail right now.
Yeah, they're trying everything they can to try and get it past Dominic Hughes there.
Oh, and Eddie Baker slides up.
There's almost a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, and let me tell you right now, we experienced this in our practice session where two guys was on the outside of somebody or on the inside of somebody else. That car is so loose to those turns, it is almost undrivable, as you've seen Dominic get loose. Look at him sideways. Look at the rear end. You see it?
Yep.
It's bouncing back and forth. He's battling that air, and he's all over the place in that car right now. Neil Strader did flow that white line, trying to maintain that line with Matt Stewart and Tyler Robertson tonight. And Neil Strader's going to get that inside run on Matt Stewart, but Matt Stewart has that momentum up high. He's not going to be able to make that pass coming out of turn 2. He's going to side draft him, but he's not going to have enough because Matt Stewart is in tow behind Tyler Robertson. And Brian Mansfield's making the move now on the Neil Strader. And these guys are getting a little crazy. I'll be just honest with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, they got 28 laps to go, so I mean, they're trying to get to the front, so they can just kind of back off just a touch and secure their spot.
Oh, it looks like Dominic Hughes grabs the wall coming out of 2. Eddie Baker does get a run on Dominique. He gets it on the high side here. Is it going to be enough? We'll see as they come out of turn 4 here. But it looks like Neil Strader has made the pass on Matt Stewart. Brian Mansfield. Go ahead.
And now all he has to do is just reel in Tyler Robertson.
We are at 65 out of 90 laps. One more lap will be at the 25 lap mark to go. And these guys, as you see in the back, they're stepping out wide. Mike Killenbeck, and a few others. John Shearer stepped outside there. We'll go back to the front. Oh, Eddie Baker steps outside. On Brian Mansfield, but is not going to have enough momentum. That works if everybody steps outside, but if they're in tow, that inside line does not work. But it didn't get around Matt Stewart right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, when they drop down, they're essentially cutting a lot out of the track, so they can keep their momentum going into the corner there. But if they don't have help, it doesn't really help when you're on that bottom line.
Yep, and Brian Mansfield is side by side with Neil Strader, looking for that first position as Brian Mansfield moves right in front of Neil Strader. We've talked about it. They've got some blood between them two. How much blood is it going to be? Is it going to start to boil over? Is Neil going to be able to pass Brian Mansfield? I'm not sure as Brian Mansfield goes inside of Tyler Robertson here.
As Eddie Baker actually looks to the inside of Neil Strader as well. Coming out of turn 2, it looks like Tyler Robertson's going to maintain that lead for now. But who knows when we come into 3 and 4, you can see Mansfield check back in behind Tyler Robertson as we go through 3. He steps outside, but he's not going to have enough out of turn 4, it looks like.
Yes, and as they cross the start-finish line, we've got 23 to go, and things are starting to heat up. These guys are starting to make some moves because they know they have to get in the front to win the race, and Mansfield knows that. Robertson knows he has to maintain it. Eddie Baker knows that, and Neil Strader knows that. And I see Kenner and Stewart in the back there just watching these 4 battle for this position of whatever they can gain. As Brian Mansfield shoots inside of Tyler Robertson, side by side, Tyler Robertson and Brian Mansfield almost touches, and Neil Strader's going to get side by side with Brian Mansfield now. DJ Kenner's on his rear. We're almost 3 wide. DJ Kenner could have made it 3 wide right there. Smart that he didn't.
Yeah, he knew we were coming up to a corner, so that wouldn't be the best decision as Neil Strader drops to the inside of Tyler Robertson with Eddie Baker in behind him, Mansfield behind him, but DJ Kenner comes in, messes that up a little bit.
Yeah.
So Neil just tucks it back in behind Robertson, and everybody follows suit.
Yep, and we're less than 25 to go, guys, so we're going to maintain the front pack here the rest of this race to watch this exciting action. You have 22 laps to go before we reach into this race. If you need to, I would go use the restroom right now. I would go to grab you a bite to eat from the kitchen right now because you don't want to miss the last 10 laps of this race. As Neil Strader comes onto the rear end of Tyler Robertson, he's going to tuck in and stay behind as Eddie Baker is going to do the same. The moves made by Brian Mansfield was smart, but at the same time, he pushed that car really hard. So in the end, are we going to see Brian Mansfield start falling off the pace because he used his tires more than he needed to?
I don't know. it's hard to say, but I don't know. They might have enough.
The tires? I don't know.
Maybe. We will see.
You see the battle here. I mean, that back line is so unorganized, and DJ Kenner does well coming into the corner here, but it's just isn't enough to gain up on the back end of Eddie Baker. Eddie Baker steps outside of Neil Strader. He's going to get up there and side draft Neil Strader as much as he can. Tyler Robertson's breaking the draft of Neil Strader, and this is turning in to be an exciting last 20 laps.
It is. As you see, Neil Strader kind of dumped that air off on Eddie Baker, but it doesn't really slow him down all that much. He's still there. But he's able to maintain right now going into 1 and 2. It doesn't look like Eddie Baker's got any help as DJ Kinner checks back up a little bit just to get in behind Brian Mansfield.
Yep, and Neil Strader's doing a good job tonight maintaining these guys to be his... as he makes the inside pass on Tyler Robertson, it's not going to be enough. Actually, it may be enough. He does have a run. Right now, as they come out of turn 4, is he going to be able to tuck himself up there? It doesn't look like it yet, but he's got the room.
He's got it at the line.
He does have it at the line, but he doesn't have enough momentum there to maintain and move in front of Tyler Robertson. But Neil Strader has made the pass with 18 to go. As you can see, they are running hard tonight. You can hear them shifting down now. And I told Nelly when we were practicing that you're shifting down when your tires get wore out, it's going to help you tonight. And it looks like that's what's happening as Tyler Robertson makes a move on Neil Strader there. And Nelly's going to have it at the line with 17 to go. Tyler Robertson.
So these guys are battling hard now as you see DJ Kinner on the inside of Eddie Baker there as well.
Ooh, that's too close for comfort.
Almost touching.
That's too close for comfort.
As DJ Kinner gets a little bit of help for Brian Mansfield, but he's kind of just sitting there in the clean air a little bit.
Yep, and we've all heard Nelly talk about it. Me, you, Jacob, everybody was talking with Nelly before the race. He said, I'm going out there and winning this race because he said, damn it, I've not won anything yet. As everybody gets in line here for the final 15 laps behind Neil Strader. Neil Strader's got about a quarter-second lead as Tyler Robertson grabs that outside wall. I'm sorry I'm fumbling my words. I'm just excited how this race is actually turning out to be. I really, really hope Nelly wins.
Well, I mean, now you just threw the curse on him, so...
We'll see what happens. He's proven me wrong before, so I really hope he's proven us wrong another time.
As DJ Kinner looks to the inside of Tyler Robertson there as well. And he might have it. He's got it.
Yep, and DJ Kenner's one of the guys that started in the rear. DJ Kenner is moved 16 positions to be where he's at tonight. He is our, again, biggest mover of the race. DJ Kenner, don't let pressure bother him because Tyler Robertson's pushing it on right now.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what Robertson's good at. He likes to put the pressure on the guys in front, but has he worn out his tires to the point where, he kind of has to let these guys by because he's not able to maintain. As you see Eddie Baker starting to close that gap a little bit, it looks like on turns 3 and 4, Robertson is slower, and that's where these guys are passing.
Yep. I am seeing that, and I do think that with the amount of tire fall off he had from that battle with Nelly, he may be done for tires tonight as Eddie Baker sets up the pass inside.
Yeah, so we've seen it almost 2 laps in a row where, the guy gets to the inside of Tyler Robertson on turns 1 and 2, and then come turns 3 and 4, they get him outside of 4. Yeah. 4 and 4. 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 4 and
And it looks like Eddie Baker's going to make that pass. Now, Brian Mansfield's up next to make the pass on Tyler Robertson. Can he set it up just like Brian Mansfield? I mean, like Eddie Baker and DJ Kenner? We'll find out right now.
Looks like he's just going to maintain with him. But I think Robertson has realized that, and he's kind of starting to block that because he's not letting guys get to the inside of him. But I may be wrong, but it looks like Mansfield's going to try and get to the inside of Robertson there, but he's not able to get down.
Yep, Brandon McLaughlin grabbed the wall back there. He is starting to come into the picture of the battle for this lead, and you've seen McLaughlin do it before, come from the back, come from the back to the front in the last few laps, and he looks like he's going to be sticking his nose in here soon.
As we are 13 laps to go.
12 laps to go.
12 laps to go.
Tyler Robertson's going to move back in line, and Matt Stewart's going to be the next one in line to take off Tyler Robertson tonight. I think his tires are messed up. I think his tires are gone.
Yeah, I think he may have pushed it a little bit too hard while he was fighting with Strader there. And he's just got nothing left as Mansfield steps to the inside of Eddie Baker, and it actually looks like Eddie Baker's got some damage on that right front.
Yeah, it does look. He may have a little bit of damage. I'm not seeing an incident for him, but we'll take a look here. No, maybe not. He may have just been running the high line there, just trying to save something. We have 10 to go this next time by, and this is when it's going to get dicey. If you want to move somewhere or go away from the screen, you can't. I'm telling you can't. I'll sue you if you do. Okay, sit down and watch the end of this race. It's going to be
Dahlman steps
awesome.
To the inside of Matt Stewart there. He steps to the inside of Tyler Robertson. He just passes up Eddie Baker and Tyler Robertson like they were standing still.
Yeah,
as he's making a move on Brian Mansfield here.
And he just gained 3 positions in less than a half lap.
Now he's got DJ Kinner and Neil Strader in his sights as he drops to the inside.
Oh, he's passing below the yellow line. They may catch him on that, and it looks like Ty Dahlman is not for position.
Oh, well then.
Ty Dahlman is not for position.
We were getting excited, but it's not even for position. He just wanted his lap back.
Yeah, and he got it back. I'm ecstatic that he did that. Scott Hobbs is exiting pit road, but he's not going to interfere with the leaders at all. DJ Kenner setting up the outside pass on Neil Strader, but it's not going to be enough. We have 9 to go here at Michigan. I got to get a water break.
I feel that. It's been an intense night here at the Michigan International Speedway. Here with Happy Hour Racing, as currently we have Neil Strader sitting up front, followed closely by DJ Kinner in that second position. Brian Mansfield third, Tyler Robertson fourth, Eddie Baker in fifth. We got Brennan McLaughlin 6, Matt Stewart 7.
Oh, it looks like he was just stepping outside. Oh!
He steps outside, but he falls right back in line as Neil Strader's throwing out the blocks with 8 to go.
He's making that car 70 lanes wide. It feels like he's racing in Atlanta right now.
See, but the thing is, you know, making your car that wide, you're going to start scrubbing tires. And, I mean, I know there's only 7 laps to go, but it's still 7 laps to go.
Well, here's what Nelly needs to do. He needs to calm down and run his race. He's been consistently ahead of DJ Kenner out of these corners by 2/10 of a second. So if he can hold his inside, which it doesn't look like he's going to, DJ Kenner's going to step inside 2 by 2 right here. DJ Kenner may have the pass set up right here to pass him on this inside, and Brian Mansfield's going to be bringing up the rear, and DJ Kenner does make that pass.
Yeah, so Nelly's got to think, what am I going to do now? How am I going to get faster to get back in front of DJ Kinner here?
He looks like he's setting something up.
Yeah, he's in that draft. He drops to the inside.
He moved down
but
too
he's
quick.
not gonna have the momentum. So he's going to slide back up in behind Kinner.
He's in a good position here. He's kind of doing what we do at Daytona and Talladega, where you create some separation and then push hard on the back straights. As you can see him gaining a little bit of position there over Kinner.
Yeah, so it does look like Strader is faster in the corners than Kinner is. You just can't scrub that much speed when you're going into 1 and 2, though.
No, you
If
can't.
he was able to maintain his speed in 1 and 2, he may have been able to get around Kinner. As he learned from his previous mistake, he backs off a little bit. And then he starts his charge on that back stretch.
And he looks like he's knocking off, but it's not enough right now. We've got 5 to go. Can DJ Kinner hold him off for 5 more laps, 4 to go at the line as we approach the end of this race?
It's hard to say. Now, these guys don't have any help now because Brian Mansfield's about a second behind DJ Kinner. So it's only up to these 2 guys up front. And Neil is just waiting for that opportune time to pass, or, you know, DJ Kinner to make a little mistake and maybe slip up and slide up the track and scrub too much speed so he's able to get by him. But as we come around turns 3 and 4, we're going to be 3 laps to go at the line.
Three to go at the line. And, you know, we've seen these guys. I think they're kind of working one another to push each other ahead of the rest of the pack because Mansfield was pushing hard.
Yep.
Now he goes inside, and he does maintain side-by-side action, but DJ Kinner just carries that momentum up top, but it's not going to be enough for him to get... he may be testing his waters because he's got 2 laps to make his strategy up. So we're going to see what he does. He did get side-by-side right now with him. Now maybe he can push DJ Kinner up a little bit, get him off guard. He may even do an intimidator move where he bumps him into the corner and slides him up for him.
It's hard to say as we come 2 to go at the line here.
Yep, 2 to go at the line. We are still green. I'm happy that he's holding that second place position. Matt Stewart, my guy, and the other guy that I picked, Wayne Lowe, they're both in the top 10.
Yep. As he steps to the inside on 3 and 4, is he going to have enough when it comes to the line?
Like he's going to be able to stay side by side with him coming through the tri-oval. Nope, he's going to be tucking back inside.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a bobble there.
We do have lap traffic coming up. And we are white flag, 1 to go here at Michigan. Neil Strader is closing that gap. We're down to 0.15, 0.14. He's going to be trying to charge hard into this next turn here to get DJ Kinner off balance. Nelly's going to take it. And I think he's going to be...
Not going to be able to.
Hang on.
He's making the charge.
And
as we come to the line, no, I thought he was going to step to the inside, maybe.
And DJ Kinner's going to be your winner at Michigan tonight, followed by Neil Strader, Brian Mansfield, Wayne Lowe, Brandon McLaughlin, Matt Stewart, Eddie Baker, Tyler Robertson. Mike Killenbeck is still waiting to finish as he crosses right now. John Schurer, Christopher Rollins, Norman Chan is the top 12 tonight. Holy crap. Woo! I thought he was going to have enough momentum there.
Yeah, I thought so too, but didn't quite look like it.
As they finish it in happy hour tradition where they destroy these $1 million machines.
Well, I wouldn't say $1 million, a couple 100,000, but
it's $1 million once you do labor and all that. But I'm not going into the statistics with you.
Fair. As
Well.
DJ Kinner comes down to Victory Road to do his burnout. Gets his picture. And there's a burnout.
There it is.
And in about 2.5 seconds, we're going to have somebody fly through and absolutely destroy him.
Here it comes. I hear it. Do I hear it? And there's your picture, guys. That's it. DJ Kinner, from a come-behind victory, again, 17 positions gained tonight, is your winner.
Yep. Wow.
Let's talk to him.
Does not look like we have him in radio contact.
No, not Kinner. Well, we can go talk to our buddy Nelly, though.
Alrighty, let's talk to him. Nelly, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Yo, I got you.
All right. Well, you were running out front. DJ Kinner was able to get around you, and it just seemed that you were not able to keep the momentum to get by him there on the last lap. But it was a hell of a race, especially with all the upsets that you've had here lately. How are you feeling in the second place position?
I'm feeling good. I was definitely not expecting that. I'm not, too familiar with these cars. So I got in this evening, did some practice, and I think it paid off. These guys run these every night. These are all very good racers that are in here. So to take that second spot tonight is amazing. And hats off to DJ. I just, I think he had a better strategy than a lot of us at the very end there. And I just didn't have enough power to get to him. But yeah, hats off to him tonight.
Now, I do have a question. Did anything we talked about in pre-race help you tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This race was pretty much conserve. So knowing your let off points that we had discussed prior to tonight definitely was a major factor. Playing with the brake bias was huge as well. So all those factored into helping me, finish where I did tonight.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you up here, and it's great to talk to you in the booth. I know you were talking about it all this week. You're like, I want to get in the booth. I want to get in the booth. Well, here you are. So
Yeah, we're here. So hopefully it's not the last time. Looking forward to a couple other races coming up in the rest of the season. So
Yeah. Well, congrats, Nelly, on your second place podium. You got silver tonight at Michigan. Michigan's a tough track because of it's the fastest, slowest speedway is what I call it, just because you have strategy and the corners are slow. Congratulations tonight, and we'll see you here next week when we come here in Indy.
absolutely, I appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Appreciate you guys broadcasting, and thank you to the admins for putting all this on for us to enjoy.
alrighty, thanks, Nelly.
Thanks, guys. Everyone have a good night.
All right, is Mansfield available?
Yeah, it looks like it. Brian, this is Rob in the booth. How you got me?
Yep, I got you.
Well, you had a hell of a run coming from 8th, finishing 3rd. You had a little bit of a run there, but DJ Kinner just got away from you, and you weren't able to catch up to Neil Strader. But how tough was Michigan tonight?
It was pretty tough, tougher than I expected it to be. The cars really wanted to push like dump trucks, so you had to adjust your steering, you all set. Had to adjust the brakes a little bit to get the turn from the center off, but whenever the tires got worn, it was near about impossible to pass somebody. You just couldn't get the run up and off the turn to get by them.
Yeah, so you were making moves there towards the end, but it just wasn't enough. You weren't able to get around Neil. You weren't able to get around DJ Kinner. What were you doing? What changed? Did you just push your car too hard there at the end, and or what happened there with you?
Yeah, I had a fast car all night, and I felt like I had a car that could run up front and lead the pack. But there at the end, Andrew, I just wore out my stuff just trying to get by those guys, and had a good run there with DJ and Neil, and they just got away from me. The right front was gone. I could tell it just didn't want to turn at the end. So I was praying for a caution, but it didn't come out. But I'm happy with third, and tell you what, congratulations to DJ. He's had a rough season, and glad to see him get a win.
Yeah, he come behind victory at 17 positions gained tonight. He is our fastest and best mover of the evening.
Yeah, he made a good pit strategy there at the end, and pitted, and the only way it would have worked out is if it stayed green, which it did, and it worked out for him, and I'm happy for him.
Yes, sir. Well, good job on your third place finish tonight. I know you definitely made the people at the Autism Awareness organization and the Collins Family Museum happy tonight. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always enjoy having them on the car, and appreciate what Phil Combs with Combs Family Museum does for me and everything. And I help him as much as possible to get his name out there. And I can tell anybody, if you're ever up around Shelby, North Carolina, stop in and see him.
Yes, sir. Well, again, good job, everybody. That's your third place finisher tonight, Brian Mansfield. He pushed well all night long. He actually started in this 8th position tonight. So, good job to Brian.
Yeah, and with that, our night here at Michigan comes to a close. It's one of those bittersweet things. Racing is done, but we're back tomorrow night. We're back at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central for our GT3 America series.
Yes.
So
we're going to the Canadian Park.
Yeah, we're going to the Canadian Tire Motor Park.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. That's the fastest track in North America, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
we'll see tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So as we close out, I'd just like to thank everybody here for joining us. It's always great to have you, and we hope to catch you next week. I thank you every night. Well, I have to, because without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this, and also without our sponsors, JP Alfonso Studios and Admin Box, as well as the Happy Hour Racing League for allowing us to broadcast here and bring you this fantastic racing. We stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays with different series. The information is in our closing screen. That's about all I have tonight. What about you, Andrew?
Yep, so I just want to congratulate Nelly again. He's one of the newcomers to the league, one of my good friends, and one of our good friends. I'm glad that he finished second. DJ Kenner, like Brian Mansfield said, he's been having some tough times all season long, and I'm glad that he got a win tonight. And I'm glad to see that everybody that we chose to be in the top 10 didn't wreck tonight. So maybe the curse is lifted. I'm sorry if I just put it back on us, but maybe it's lifted tonight. With that being said, guys, we love you. We want you to be safe tonight. We want you to catch us tomorrow at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern, when we go live for the GT3 America's Race at Canadian Motor Sports Park. Canadian Tire Motor Park? I don't know.
Canadian Tire Motorsports Park.
There you go. I had it right the first time. Anyway, we love you guys, and we hope to see you tomorrow night. With that being said, my name is Andrew Spears. Rob McDonald's my co-host. This is United Racing Network signing off. See you tomorrow night, guys. This broadcast is the property of the United Racing Network and Twitch.tv. All reproductions of this broadcast must be approved by the United Racing Network staff. United Racing Network does not claim any responsibility for mishaps that may occur while listening to this production. United Racing Network reserves the right to delete, mute, unpublish, and or move streaming locations without notice. The opinions of the announcers are not influenced by sponsorship, league administration, or any other outside entities. Thank you.